Hey YouTube, it's your beekeeper here. What are we doing today? Well, we're going to be tripping over this camper shell today. The little white truck just got back from the body shop last week. Got into my second vehicle accident in that thing, late 2020. I didn't really talk much about it. I got sideswiped by a driver back in September. Fortunately, they stopped. They had to fix the driver's door, a little sliver of cab behind the driver's door, and a little bit of the bed. And then 2 months later, an Uber driver changed lanes into me without looking, damaged the driver's side bed. Both of these are on the driver's side. The driver's side bed right at the wheel well. And I just got it back a couple days ago. And I have to put this thing back on eventually, but not today. That's not what today's about. Today's going to be about getting back on working on this thing. And I'm in the mood. Mechanically, we're good. All I have left to do to this mechanically is check the valves. I did an oil change, did a tune-up, drained the tank, put some fresh fuel in it. Man, it runs nice. But today, I feel like doing body work. We got this ding right here. Well, that's not really a ding. We'll call that a dent. We got this to address. We'll call this area 2. We'll include the hood in area 2, and then some work to do here. But I think what I'm going to start with is the one that'll make the most impact on getting this thing street legal again. And let's pull this out. I went to a yard yesterday. I picked up, or not yesterday, a week ago or so, picked up a fender, bought a brand new bumper for the front. So let me set you guys down and get set up here. And let's get cracking. Let's do a cold start. This thing hasn't started. Ooh, I don't know. In a month, probably. Ooh, easy. Probably a month. Let's see if I can get. I want to get this turned around. Ooh, easy. Good grief! Are you trying to break stuff? Give me just a minute. I'll be right back. I sold those other 2 fenders on Craigslist, the super fenders that came with this thing. Picked up this dirty ass fender, from a tow yard. Hopefully I left the battery on, or connected. I haven't got the room. Alright. Still haven't done the master cylinder. I do have to do that. But I don't feel like laying on my back doing a master cylinder today. I feel like banging on some metal. Let's see. She's a good runner. She's a good little runner. I have to adjust the choke. Choke's a little, should be a little closed. About where it should be. Alright, so here's where we sit. I wanted to get my landmarks proper. The fender fits pretty decent. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It's a factory fender, so I'm assuming that the lines should fit decent when this panel is pulled back into place. So I worked on this dent. This one was pretty significant. I took measurements, center line of hood to the right, center line to the left, and I got it to where I think it's pretty good. But you can also see just how far off this panel is. So for lack of a proper pulling surface, we're going to use the Dodge to be my anchor point. We'll see if we can pull this panel over. I started to straighten this, and then this one didn't matter. I got this 80% of the way. I still need to take this out. It tore the metal a little bit. It was pretty bent. But I'm not going to get a new hood. I can make this one work. Little TIG welding will fix that, and then it's going to need a little bit of filler anyway. But I'm pretty happy with how this dent came out. It will need a swipe of some sort of filler, which I don't have any fresh Bondo or anything here, so for today it's going to get a little bit of primer. But let's start pulling on this and see what can go wrong. getting there. Let's see how we do. We're almost there. Bring that out. That's where the impact hit. This one's hard to get to because it's underneath the fill neck. I'm going to have to make something to knock that dent back out, but pull that out. And when this is latched, I don't see daylight anymore. I think when I pull this out, it'll bring that up a little bit. It's pretty close to what it is on the other side. I'm pretty happy with how the body line came out. Once you put this welting in here, I just have everything sprayed down right now with primer to keep it from rusting. But I do need to do a little putty work along here just to clean that line up. The hardest part is right here. I just can't get to the backside and get a clean shot to hit that crease, because there's a body line that follows the contour of this fender. I can't quite get it, but a little bit of filler and some welting, it'll be fine. Got our body line here back. Again, I need to do a little filler here. I just need to skin this just slightly. But we got the sealing again. The gaps match on both sides. So that's pretty exciting. Starting to look like a car again. Yep. Oh, and I pulled that inspection plug off and I've got it in primer right now. Tired of seeing it backwards. Turns out it was white. Silly. Pretty happy with those gaps. Bumper bracket fits. It's gotten cold, man. The fog came in. And again, none of this has had any, like, I haven't even feathered the paint out. I just ran out of day, and I just don't want it to rust on me. They all need a little bit of putty on there. I just don't have any fresh Bondo handy. I think I mentioned that earlier. I've got some Bondo, but it's old. I don't want to put old stuff on here, so I'll get something fresh and new. But the gap looks good. This looks good. You can't see any daylight. I've just been messing with the hinge here to get this. I think I could bring this down a little bit more and it'll close that gap a little bit more, but it's touching the weather stripping. And the gap matches on both sides, so it is good. Alright, let's flip this around. Maybe we'll pull the taillight off and mess with that back bumper. You guys remember this fender was dented in pretty good. I just started tapping it on the outside of the dent and I got most of it actually already popped out. And I'm going to call it a day, but I have to get down, and this crease here is pretty sharp. There's quite a bit of Bondo in this fender. And it's nasty in there. But I'm gonna keep working at it. I took this one out. A little pinch there. I'm not worried about 100% perfect. I want this to be a good clean driver, but we are. Hey, let go. I gotta do a little lever action here because the vacuum pod for the auto stick is right there. I can't quite get a tap on that. I tried. This one came out real nice, actually. We'll keep working on it. We'll see what we get to. I know it's hard to tell, but I got the majority of the dent out. There's just a lot of Bondo. I'm going to take the DA and strip that section there to see where I am. There's still a little dent there. Probably can see that in the reflection. I pulled this off here too because there's a little dent I want to work here. Getting there. Alright, that's like 80% out. At least the taillight's pointed in the same direction as the other one now. It's not kicked off like a cross-eyed stepchild. That is missing this chrome ring. It's missing the side. Both of them are missing the side reflectors and that little chrome trim ring, which are easily found, I'm sure, in the aftermarket. But it's getting cold. The fog is in. I'm not going to sand this down because the paint's just not the primer I'm going to put on there is just not going to cure, so it's going to stay just how it is for today, and then we'll come back on this at another day. But I'm super happy with how this all pulled back together, with how the hood fits, with how the apron lines up with the fender. Oh yeah. Alright, well, so far I'm pretty happy. Flip this around. Pretty happy with this $150 bug. Well, I probably have a couple $100 more than that into it. I don't know, maybe another 300 more than that. Maybe? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's all for fun. It's entertaining. There's a brand new bumper. Woof. And then this is close. That's it. I'm gonna go now. Thanks for watching. Gotta go, gotta run. See ya.